this is going to be a slightly different talk. It's going to be an interview, because we were very fortunate the other day to be having a conversation in our office with the wonderful Claire Martin, who is one of Britain, if not Britain's most important and accomplished female jazz singer, OBE, radio host, incredible. And we are very fortunate that Claire is one of our amazing patrons at the Trust. And Claire's business partner now, business partner.
Artistic partner,
Julian Nicholas. Claire and Julian came into the office to talk to us about a jazz festival that they're going to be starting in January here in the Brighton area. And we thought it would be a great opportunity to bring them in and get them to talk a bit about it and say what it's going to be and why they're doing it. So I'm not going to waffle on all the time. I'm going to ask them some questions about it. So tell us, why the South Coast Jazz Festival?
We decided that this area is full of brilliant jazz musicians all around the South Coast. Julian and I wrote a list this long of all the people we knew and loved and respected, and we didn't think we were getting represented. I think the Brighton Festival is fantastic, but the jazz section is tiny. And if you're at Love Supreme, you're very lucky, but you're not necessarily from this Love Supreme area. So rather than moan about it, we decided we were going to put our heads together and come up with a pitch to the Shoreham Rope Tackle and see if we can put a 3-day festival on the end of January, a jazz festival with workshops, photography exhibition, jazz lectures, jazz for juniors, something for everybody, we hope. So to create something out of nothing for this area, which really needs a jazz festival.
It really does need a jazz festival, I do agree. And from your perspective, you're a saxophonist.
I am.
So tell us about your collaboration and kind of how did you two meet and how did you start working together?
Well, we've been aware of each other for years and years and years. We've got some fellow guiding hands in our histories. Bob Wellins, who's a fantastic legendary saxophone player, lives on the South Coast, helped us and taught us about jazz, didn't he, at the same time? But we didn't meet until we both moved to Brighton, and we have that connection. Really, the next thing I was going to say was that Claire mentioned jazz for young people, and I was incredibly inspired to hear what Nadine had to say. I wish when I'd been the age that some of the young people in this room are, that I'd heard that speech. I really do, Nadine, because I came across music from all sorts of different perspectives, and my parents didn't know how to support me in furthering that. And also, I didn't know how valuable the things I was coming into contact with at the time were, like Bob Wellins and his words of wisdom. And it takes some time for these things to come together, and it doesn't matter what you're into, whether it's being a scientist or a saxophone player or a dancer, a poet. I think you really, really are very lucky if you get an inspirational speech like Nadine's today. And
it's tough to follow. Thanks for that.
I think that's what we want to get across with our jazz festival, is that it's a music that's open to young people, and that actually 9 times out of 10 they really like it once they see it for what it is. And so to that end, we're going to go into some schools, and I've already spoken to Ryan from Van Dien, and we're going to have a sort of improvisation number that if people want to be on, they can come perform it on the festival with us.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So how do we get involved? How do kind of young people here get involved with the festival now?
Well, if you see us after this and we talk to your teachers and your music teachers about the piece that we're going to write for the festival, the junior workshop is on Saturday morning. If you can save up 20 quid or get it for Christmas, you can get a ticket for any of the great things we might be able to get. Obviously, student rates, they can just come along or just come and hang out and be there during the daytime. But definitely give us your teachers, your names, and we'll sort it out from there. I just wanted to I was wondering why there weren't any boys in that choir. Is there a reason why the boys aren't singing? It seems a shame. Are they all instrumentalists?
We tried to get them along.
They don't want to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boys are tricky.
Tricky. No, but it's great, and it's great. I mean, I'm very proud to be associated with the Star Trust, and it will help us raise awareness because you work so closely with young people, and that's why we're here today to support you, but also to spread the word. So we've got plenty of people punching for us. We've just got to fill it out in January so that we can make it an annual event and make it bigger and bigger, and it will be a real legacy for Sussex, which is what our main aim is, and to give some great musicians some work as well, because it is hard being an artist, especially in January. January comes around and the tax mans are knocking, and you've just got to keep working at it. So if we can put something really fantastic at the end of January for people to look forward to, I'll be very proud of that.
We can't wait. We really can't wait to come. Tell us about your lineup, because it is an amazing lineup that you've got. Do you want to?
Well, we've got a big band. Does everyone know what a big band is? I mean, a really big swing band with all top musicians in. We've got a band called Clogs, which play like cinematic atmospheres, quite spooky, and then it goes quite gypsy. It's really beautiful instrumentation, like a little mini orchestra almost. And on the first night, we've got...
the Vocal Summit, which me as a vocalist, I was keen to just have one night of human voice celebration. So we've got a choir, a school choir, then we've got the great Leanne Carroll, we've got Ian Shaw, Joe Stilgo. We'll be interspersing that with bits and pieces. We may have an auction. You might have a little sing.
Oh, maybe. Maybe Nadine.
He's not half bad, this guy, you know.
We're keeping the Friday as a real celebration of the voice. So, and on the Saturday night, we've got the two bands, and the first band is Bobby Wellins, and it's his 79th birthday that night. We've just discovered. So we're really hoping that there'll be cake involved, and hopefully I'm going to get Radio 3 involved as well, because I work for them as a broadcaster. And that will be an add-on if we can get them to do an outside broadcast, which is, fingers crossed, that's my main aim. So then the outreach will be hundreds of thousands of people celebrating the talent in the Southeast.
It's fantastic. We're really, really proud to be associated with that and to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
I can't let
Thanks,
you get
Dan.
away before we finish without giving us a tweet about what you think it is to be an artist. I know that you have one.
Well,
You
my
did a
one
good
was an artist, someone who puts himself on the line every day. And I think really that's really following on from what Nadine was saying and what Lizzie was saying about it being a very daily thing. It's a normal thing. It's not some elite thing. It's everyone has these things, and they think, what's life all about, and how can I interpret life? And that's really the beginning of it. And I'm sure people that big do that, and we're still doing it, aren't we? So it's something that's a lifetime's thing.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be a musician. It's an honor, and music is a massive, massive thing. You will never conquer it. You'll always want to be a better musician. My tweet would just be to have, to be resourceful, to be resilient, to believe in yourself, and just to keep going and be able to take the knocks and keep your eye on the prize. That was a really good thing to say. I thought that was great. So, but to have resilience, because it's not easy, and the arts have had a real bashing lately, especially with this government. We've really had a lot of rugs pulled from under our feet. So you've got to have thick skin, a lot of belief in yourself. And you four especially, I thought your singing voices were amazing. But all the songs, I really hope you go for it. I know you were going, but you should go like that, because I thought you were very good.
Fab. You are really good. Great way to end.
Good.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much for
having
joining
us.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Come to the Jazz Festival.